Welcome to this presentation of photos by Michael Hibbins, taken at an air show at Orange Carretas in southern France, base 115 of the Armée de l'Air, or otherwise known as the French Air Force. This was briefly covered in last month's main event, but I felt it merited a longer look at the photos that Michael took. A few of them featured in that previous talk, but most will be new to you. This shows the location of the airbase a few miles east of Orange in the Provence region of southern France, about 50 miles north of Marseille on the Mediterranean coast. To begin with, we'll see some of the French Air Force aircraft present, starting with this Rafale C in the dark tiger colours. The Armée de l'Air or French Air Force aircraft normally carried a serial number on the tail, in this case 527, and then a code on the nose, in this case 115-OR, where 115 is the base number and the two letters are an individual code for the particular aircraft. This, madame, is the joystick. Do you know how to use the joystick? And this is the priority boarding queue. Only the first 6 get a seat. And I thought queuing was an English speciality. This and the next slide shows some of the French Army participation. And more rotary representation, this time the French Air Force or Armée de l'Air as it says on the tin. The Patrie de France were present. Look closely and you'll see an apparent civil registration on the aircraft as well. The French sometimes do this partly to simplify overflying through tetchy foreign airspace. And this Alpha Jet in special colours was a 2019 solo display aircraft. Now we move on to some of the Foreign Air Force participants, Foreign to France that is. The Spanish display team, the Patrulla Aguila, were present. And that included this special scheme example. I wonder what she's saying on the text. Help, bring me a ladder, I can't get down, maybe? The Belgians were well represented, both with a previous photo and this spectacularly coloured F-16. And the Italians sent 2 Special Scheme Typhoons, seen here and on the next slide. And now some civilian registered types, including some nice warbirds and vintage jets. Let's start with them. Now we have the warbirds. Don't think this really counts as a warbird, but it's not a true civil type either, so I've stuck it between the 2 sections. Now we move on to the civilian types. Here's a couple of very smart Cessna 170s coming up. Having seen the content of the rest of Michael's trip, I knew there had to be a Robin somewhere. The civilian whirligig thing. Now a buzzard. And another buzzard. That's what my postman does when I don't answer the door. Time for a dose of the pits. And 3 extras to finish this section. Yeah, 3 extras. Now to finish, here are some of the preserved aircraft on display at the base. I love it when I see aircraft displayed like this. And finally, this one flying off into the distance, so it would seem. The French make such an effort with displaying their old aircraft. So that's it. Hope you've enjoyed them. Quite a bit of variety and only one Robin. Thanks to Michael for providing the photos and you for watching. Goodbye.